Hello, this is Dumont, and welcome to part 2 of my number one favorite action figure that is about the size of a G.I. Joe. So this is Centaurus. Once again, Centaurus comes from the Micronauts toy line, which is a reissue done by Palisades Toys. So here he is. Centaurus is just a very awesome design that really catches your imagination. This was, originally brought out way long time ago. I don't know if it was in the 80s or if it was even before that, but it was an older toy line. He was introduced as an alien. I think he was a bad guy, and it really captures the imagination. You look at him and you go, I wonder what planet he's from, what kind of things he did, from what little information they gave you. And I think they specifically gave you little information because they wanted you to be thinking about it rather than they give you a whole story, where you just accept it. They wanted your imagination to really to soar. So from my understanding, he is like a gladiator of some sort. So he has like this small shield type thingy right there, which is removable, and on the other arm he has like this like a crossbow laser type weapon, which is also awesome. Once again, also removable. I love the translucent body that he has, and this part right here, his mane, is also, it's connected to a brain part for his head, and it was originally removable, but if you kind of look at the design right there, it's very fragile looking. And what happened with mine was that actually this used to be removable, but then it snapped off. So what I had to do was I just glued everything together, and now, even though it's not removable, everything else works fine. So that was a small sacrifice to pay, but still none of the less, this is my number one favorite figure, just because, just to display him like this, and he really stands out compared to any G.I. Joe, just compared to any action figure I have. He stands out tremendously. So this brain piece, like Repto's, is supposed to be glow in the dark, which I haven't been able to really do it. So to me, it's just like a translucent yellow, and his head and his torso, his whole body, his human torso, including his horse body, is this awesome translucent color. The design is very similar to a G.I. Joe figure. Very, very articulate. Even the, you can see like the waist part, it has, you can see perhaps the darker area within the translucent body is the rubber band on the inside for the legs and stuff, and the back legs like that as well. Because he has these small hooves, even though they do have holes, it's not compatible to the regular stand. So I believe he did not come with a stand, is what I'm thinking. His packaging was very nice, and on the back it pretty much came with almost like a G.I. Joe file card type thing on the back, and it also came with a sticker of him, and the artwork is fantastic. Once again, the same with Repto, but the figure is just tremendous right here. I just like, I think it's a tremendous design where the lower body is, he's a total centaur, but in Greek mythology, the centaur was that it's a half human, half horse, where the upper body is completely horse, whereas to this one, the upper body would be completely human except for the head. The head goes back into a horse-type design, and if you look closely at the head, I mean, it almost looks like a chest knight, and you see that? You see like the ears right there, and the beautiful mane connected once again to that brain piece. And I love this horse-type face with with those teeth that's just sticking out. It's not even a jaw that opens and closes or anything. It's very simple with this nasty-looking teeth just sticking out like that. And I think he looks tremendously awesome. He has a hole in his human body, the back part right around there. He has a hole, and he also has one right there. So he has a double hole, like for backpacks and stuff like that. So if you remember, I'm going to bring out Repto, because both of these, to me, they go together, and they're just way awesome together. They're both really out of this world looking, and they are aliens and stuff. His wings will come off, and you could attach him onto Centaurus on his back, or even like right there. Um, and then these weapons and shield is interchangeable with Repto's claws and stuff, and they're all interchangeable like that. So awesome, awesome toys. You know, just compared to GI Joe, these guys are like so alien-esque. And here's a standard GI Joe just for reference. So the size is totally compatible. There we go, about the same as you can see, and whoops, here we go. So yeah, the size is totally compatible and everything. It's really all about the design. The design is totally, I find it fascinating. It makes me imagine, if you've seen like the movie Heavy Metal, the movie, just for adults and stuff. It's just that total 80s, 90s, early 90s, 80s science fiction type idea, which is really way out there wild. Look at the wings on this guy; it's fantastic, and the head sculpt on both of them is awesome. And this guy has a tail and everything, but the horse body for Centaurus really shines. And let me show you guys once again. So his body, his torso is pretty much like a GI Joe. It has that rubber band. It has that kind of motion right there. And the legs also, like a GI Joe, excellent articulation. And they did the same thing for here, the lower legs over here. So if you look at it this way, or maybe this way, you can see the rubber band action going on here. So it's like he has the rubber band action this way, and he also has it this way. So these legs do the same thing. So he's almost like, two lower bodies of the GI Joe put together, and you get Centaurus. And the legs, actually, because they're horse legs, they kind of compose more like horse-looking legs, like that. Or he has excellent posability right there, and because of the forelegs, obviously stands very well. And I don't know what more to say. You'll never find figures like this in the normal GI Joes, and it's just wonderful, if you ask me.